Hello and welcome back to MindMeld, where we try and help you move up in life and not just on with it. My wonderful and amazing guest today is Brian Vincent Moore. Brian is an international and multilingual diversity, team building, and workplace conflict resolution specialist that helps groups and companies celebrate their humanity, build support structures, and become successful. He's able to greet in over 100 languages and speak six, and has consistently developed his knowledge of diversity through actual experience and continuous learning. His unique adaptability and project management skills have ensured facilitation success in major and minor projects in different areas and countries with many different personalities, cultures, and a wide variety of organizations with a lot of different needs. Brian is here today to talk about emotional freedom therapy and how he uses that to bring together people and help heal people through a talk cure therapy and using pressure points, and it's just really fascinating. So Brian, thank you for joining me on MindMeld.
What a pleasure, Brandt. Always great to be chatting to you.
Yeah, and when I rebooted the whole MindMeld series, you were my very first guest because we met at a Toastmaster thing in Johannesburg. And it was just so wonderful to talk to you, and I just knew I need to have you. You were on my top list of people that I need to talk to. And now you're talking about emotional freedom therapy, which is something that you've been doing for a while, I see. Can you tell me a bit about that? How long have you been doing this?
15 to 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it really changed my life. And I know that we're sitting in the middle of this COVID virus, and everybody's sitting at home and they're living in fear. There's conflicts going on in households. There's all sorts of stress, emotional and physical. And I know with emotional freedom therapy, EFT, I can actually help them to get past those situations. And it's about a 5,000-year-old plus therapy that originates in India. And a gentleman by the name of Gary Craig created the term emotional freedom therapy and EFT itself. And Gary was sharing it free to the world. And I was really fortunate to be invited on to rid myself of the demons of my impressions of money. Money is the root of all evil. Money is a problem, and rich people are like this. And if they were like us, they'd understand us. And all of those kind of things, which essentially prevents us from ever making money. Now, not that I want to be rich, but I also don't want to bring myself down in terms of my concepts of earning. And when we have these thoughts and these belief systems and these stresses, and is COVID going to get me, when we have all of these things running in our hearts and our heads and our souls, we lose our way. We live in fear, we live in guilt, we live in pain, we live in sadness, we live in anger. EFT takes that away.
That's fantastic. And what you're saying now is so true. We're living in a time now where it's really stressful, and we are all now locked away, social isolation, and human beings are social creatures. That's why we build cities, why we build villages, why we build these systems and groups and cliques around us. We want to socialize with people like us. And now we are forced to be alone, or forced to be with just a small group of people that we already know. And that seems sad. And that can lead to a lot of stress and depression, all kinds of things. So right now, having people like you go and say, let's have a talk. Let's talk about that. Let's have a talk and see what solutions we can come up with. I think that's really amazing. And you say this is 5,000 plus years old, this emotional freedom therapy.
Absolutely. The Indians, like other Oriental or Eastern cultures, a methodology of working from the outside of a body. So obviously there'd be surgery and those kind of things in different medical disciplines. But in the East, they work at the healing from the outside, i.e. meditation, reflexology, emotional freedom technique. All of these things are to help you heal from your spirit to remove memories, and acupuncture is another one, obviously. And it is so powerful, so quick, and so amazing that within 5 to 10 minutes, you can take away anguish and pain from ages back. Once in one of our diversity trainings, we got to the point where we're now all real friends. And I made a suggestion that everybody goes and visits each other to create an understanding of where they come from. And suddenly this lady from Zimbabwe goes, never. I will never go anywhere near this woman. The other ladies go, hey, Namje, I'm not going to go anywhere near you. And so we took them off to a small side room, and we asked them if they'd like to get over this, and they said yes. So my partner at the time, Arthi Moore, ran an EFT session. 15, 20 minutes later, these two walk in. They are clear, they're in tears, they're hugging, they're holding hands. They've got over the issues. Within that sort of short thrift, we can take racism out of our country, we can take prejudice, we can take sadness. So easily done.
You know, someone once said, I can't remember who, I'll look it up. I'll put it on the screen maybe. Success is determined by the amount of difficult conversations you're willing to have. And having that difficult conversation, it's important, but also having someone guide you through that sort of conversation. You know, because otherwise we tend to lose ourselves in ourselves, I think sometimes, especially when we start communicating. For example, in my own team building sessions, I focus a lot on communication and using structured communication instead of using words like, oh, you always do this, or it's always this way, or it's never this, you know. It's not a good strategy for success. And having someone come in and have a guided session on how to develop your emotional freedom, I think that's brilliant, actually. And I think that's really necessary, especially in the time that we live in now, not, regardless of Corona, regardless of anything else, but just because we live in a very complicated time. So having someone to come in and help us sort out the mess, you know, the fact from the fiction, the wants and the needs, I think that's a really valuable skill to have. And I think there should be really more people out there to try and help everyone around them. So I really want to say that's brilliant. Thank you so much for doing these things. And you're absolutely right. You know, we shouldn't limit our thinking, because you said now this technique is 5,000 plus years old. Yet we disregard the old in favor of the new, not because the new might be better, but just because it falls, the old falls outside of our realm of experience sometimes. So would you say that's something that happens a lot, that people just disregard things because it falls outside of their realm of experience?
Absolutely, Brandt, but there's something more to it. When you have events in your life, often people talk about these events and they go, well, you know what happened to me when I was a youngster. Now, this may be the 1,000th time that you're actually saying this. And essentially what you're doing is you're storing that in your body. You're storing it in your psyche. You're storing it into your belief systems. That then becomes a part of you. What we do with EFT is we tap away the power that those memories have to control your actions. So the first lady came from, was involved in the Rhodesian War as the child of these guys going out to fight for their freedom, and who were fighting against people who were going out to fight for their freedom. And on either side of that, there were children being impacted and poisoned by the actions and the events that happened around them. Each one of those children and their parents stored memories, which meant that I hate that person because they look like those people. Now, in terms of discussing these things, would a discussion help? Yes, intellectually. But what we're doing is we're working at the level of the emotion and the memories that are stored. And we're reducing the intensity and the power that they have. And out of that, we get to the point where we're going, okay, so it happened. I remember it happened, but it doesn't anger me. it doesn't drive me emotionally. I am now free, hence emotional freedom. So you had a bad time with your girlfriend. She treated you badly. So in your heart, all women are the same, but they're not. Nobody knows all women. Nobody knows all men. So you tap away the intensity of your memories of that relationship, and suddenly you are free to be in a new relationship. That's EFT.
I love that actually. There's a story about this man, and he grew up with his father that mistreated him all day long, right? Every single day until he's a grown up. And his mom always treated him with love and kindness. But when his mom died, he didn't cry. But when his dad died, he cried. And he cried because his entire emotional being, his entire identity relied on that anger and that hate for his father. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
imagine now if this guy, because now every time he is faced with an opportunity to grow, he doesn't take it because of what's holding him back, the emotion that's holding him back, right? And I think this also, because what you said now reminds me of the men go their own way thing. I don't know if you know that MGTOW thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they make a lot of good points, but it's very general, right? All women this, all people that, all these, right? And it's what you
Uh-huh.
say is so true, that look, you need to develop yourself, you need to take care of yourself, all kinds of things, but don't disregard your feelings, but also don't let them hold you back. So this is why I think personally, why having someone do emotional freedom therapy with you is such a bonus and such a helpful experience to go through.
Absolutely, Brandt. I mean, the moment you feel an emotion anywhere in your body, so somebody says you should get yourself a boyfriend, and you feel this thing in your chest, and it's like, no, never. You know that you need to deal with the emotion
Mm.
because you don't know all men out there, as I said just now. You need to deal with this emotion that's eating you up. Some people feel it in their heads, some people in their hearts, some people in their stomachs. There's this fear. So there was a lady who came to me and said, go into a swimming pool. I said, why? She says, well, I nearly drowned as a child and I have this fear. Where do you feel the fear? In my stomach, she said. So I said, let's tap for that. And there are certain spots that you tap that are linked to certain areas on your body. So we tapped that away. The next day she was down at the pool, knowing that she had the fear, but not experiencing it. And then she was able to get somebody to help her to go into the pool because no longer was she blocked by this
Wow.
fear.
So you can
That's
recognize
the
the
power. It's
emotion without needing
unbelievably.
it to control you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we chatted the first time, you told me you were really angry about this COVID-19 that stole your work and you had all of these things confirmed and now you don't have this work
Yeah,
anymore. And
well,
it's
look,
just
it
like
took a lot of income away from me, but
uh,
after having a talk with you, uh, I did realize that maybe there's a way to turn this into an advantage for me. And because I set aside the emotional impact it had, I was able to think through it and see what else is there, what more is there. Relying on my intuitive creativity to guide me into finding solutions to the problem. But I was so tied down with the emotion of this entire lockdown situation and everything being cancelled and I can't go anywhere. And for me, not going anywhere is like, it's locking me away. I need to be out. I need to have sun and light and all kinds of different things, right? To be able to thrive and to think and to do things. So that really set me. It really took me. It took me down. It dragged me down, that emotion, right? And then we had our little session, and I was still angry after that, but I was less angry, right? So it did allow me to think through the anger and the hurt and all kinds of feelings that I was feeling. Uh, because it's not just that, because it's not just the business that's been taken away, it's the fact that now I can't go visit people that I love or care about, right? And I'm so far removed from everybody now that it feels now so much. It felt overwhelming. So setting aside your anger, you can recognize that you are still angry without needing to have it control you. So I was still angry after the session, but it went down from a 6 to like a 1. but that one was able to, I was able to recognize that I am a one right now. I'm still angry. I'm still upset, but I'm going to work through this, and I'm going to focus on my solutions rather than my problems.
Absolutely, and that is the power of EFT, is that it dumps that stuff immediately. It's like 10, 15 minutes. A guy in Joburg, landscaper, had real back problems, needed to work, needed to make money, couldn't move. Contacted me 22 minutes later. His back pain was gone. So he can physically work with physical challenges. And that is the power of it. My mom came to me and said, I am so wrapped with guilt that I can't think about an event in my life. So I said, well, what is it? And that is the power of EFTs. You don't have to tell me what you're dealing with. So I said, what do you want to call it? She says, this is my number one guilt. And I said, wonderful, wonderful. So let's call it that. Even though I have this number one guilt, and we went through the tapping process. 15 minutes later, my mom is grinning like a Cheshire cat. She's got this light beaming all over her 78-year-old face. And she's at peace with something that she may or may not have done many years ago. And her son doesn't know what she dealt with. Powerful.
It's amazing, really, that we can have these conversations, especially now. Getting a bit of an echo here, but yeah, it's really amazing that you can deal with the problems without needing to go into detail about it, because sometimes it doesn't help focusing on the problem, rather focusing on the solution does help on going through the process. So I like it because it doesn't focus on, you're not focusing on the problem, you're focusing on how to get through the problem, right? So regardless of what the problem is, there's a way past it.
Yeah, it's your
Conditionally.
problem to
Yeah.
deal with. And unlike other therapies, where you have to go through the whole story. Yeah, when I was 2 years old, this person did that. And you have to really dig deep into what you've done before to release that. And what I love about this is I can deal with things with people who don't have to share. A young lady contacted me from England. We did a Skype call. Nowadays we do Zoom. And she was so sad and angry. She wanted to drive her car across the freeway into an oncoming truck and commit suicide.
Wow.
2:15, really intense. 2 15-minute sessions later, she contacts me from a nightclub. Now, apparently her boyfriend had taken her to Europe and then found another girl on the other side of the sea and disappeared with the other girl. So this poor girl, who now had a job and was stuck in the job, just went into depression. She wouldn't go out, she wouldn't visit, she wouldn't have people around, and she was dead set on going and killing herself and some poor truck driver. By the end of these 2 15-minute sessions, she was free. And she contacted me from a pub, and you could hear the noise of celebration and joy. She says, I'm out, I'm having fun. Thank you so much.
That's so amazing. And I think what would be helpful is if you take me through that session that we did. So on the video. So for example, let's go now and say I'm mad and sad and feeling bad. And I contact Brian Vincent Moore and say, Brian, please, I need your help. I'm feeling bad, I'm sad, I'm mad, all kinds of things. How can I move past this? But I don't want to tell you what it is, because it's deep and it hurt me a lot, and I want to move past this.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions for you. The first one is, what is the actual emotion? Where are you feeling it? 10, how heavy is it? How intense? 0 being nothing, 10 being, this is it, it's powerfully intense.
Okay, so let's say, let's take the stomach, like I'm feeling it in my stomach, right? And it's an 8, for example.
Okay, and give it a name. What emotion is it, and how high is it? Just give it a name.
I would say, let's go with hurt. It's hurt. And
it hurts.
It's like let's use the story about the woman that who got left by the boyfriend, right? You, that's just bad, man. But so let's use that story, right? And so let's say I'm that woman now, and I'm feeling the exact same feelings. How do we deal with this? Same situation,
Okay.
same scenario, all kinds of things. I'm feeling these sort of emotions.
Okay, great. So what we're going to do, Brandt, is we're going to do something called tapping, where we're using acupressure as opposed to acupuncture. And there's certain places on your body that you're going to tap. Now, the first place will be here on the bottom of your hand. If you're going to do a karate chop on somebody, that would be called the karate chop point. So you go there and you tap 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers. It doesn't really matter. And you go, even though I'm really hurt.
I'm really hurt. Say it again.
By Fred launching me in England.
By Fred leaving me in England.
Okay. I'm perfect as I am.
I'm perfect as I am.
And I completely and deeply. Love and accept my self.
Love and accept myself.
Okay. So we're going to do this 3 times at this point. We're setting up what we're dealing with. Okay. So even though Fred's leaving me. Really hurt.
It really hurts.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm perfect.
I'm perfect.
And I love my life.
And I love my life.
Okay, so even though Fred left me alone in England.
Even though Fred left me alone in England.
That's his problem.
That's his problem.
What a loss for him.
What a loss for him.
Okay, so now you're going to tap on the top of your head, on your crown, and you're going to say, I let this hurt go.
I let this hurt go.
It doesn't pay rent.
It doesn't pay rent.
It's not serving me.
It's not serving me.
And in a South African language, angifoon, I don't want it.
Angifoon, I don't want it.
Ah, well done. Okay, so there you are in Namibia talking Zulu. Well done.
There you go.
I let this me take your glasses off and come down and tap between your eyes. So you're hitting the eyebrows on either side. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye pain.
Bye-bye pain.
Let you go. Bye-bye
I let you go. Bye-bye hurt.
Okay. On the side of the eye now, go there to the side and I let this hurt go.
I let this hurt go. It's not serving me.
Okay, underneath the eye, on that little bone under your eye, I let this hurt go.
I let this hurt go.
Let this hurt go. Go along with Fred. Bye.
Go along with Fred. Don't need it.
Okay. And this is the one that should work on the stomach, is down here. And we go, I let this pain go.
I let this pain go.
It's not doing me any good.
It's not doing me any good.
I set myself free.
I set myself free.
To go out and be me.
To go out and be me.
Now on this line on the chin, I let this go.
I let this go.
I am not going to drive across any freeway.
I am not going to go and drive across into the freeway.
I am love and I am joy.
I am love and I am joy.
And I love my life.
I love my life.
Okay, so now we're going to come down on the collarbone to just near the center, still in the bone, come down. Bring it down, your hand down towards the sternum. Okay, there you go. Towards it. I let this pain go.
I let this pain go.
I let this hurt go.
I let this hurt go.
The next one is your bra strap line under your arm, where the bra strap would be. Okay.
Okay.
It's amazing how men know where the spot is.
Yeah.
I let this go.
I let this go.
I let this go.
I let this go.
Now, at this point, even the laughter is healing.
Mm.
So now we bring our two arms together on the your pulse
Pulses?
spot,
Yeah.
on your pulse, and you tap and you go, I let this go.
I let this go.
Bye bye, sad feelings about Fred.
Of my sad feelings about Fred.
Tot ziens, Fred.
Tot ziens, Fred.
Go well.
Go well.
Don't come back.
Don't come back.
Now, if you look at your fingernails, on the corner, outside corner at the bottom of your fingernail, down there, you tap them. I let this go.
I let this go.
Bye-bye, hurt and pain.
Bye-bye, hurt and pain.
And the next finger, bye-bye, hurt and pain.
Bye-bye, hurt and
Bye-bye,
pain.
hurt and pain.
Bye-bye, hurt and pain.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Go well.
Go well.
I'm free.
I'm free.
I'm free. I'm
I'm
awesome.
free. I'm awesome. I'm free.
I'm loved.
I'm loved.
I am loved and I am lovable.
I am loved and I am
Bye-bye,
lovable.
pain. What a loss for Freddie.
What a loss for Freddie.
What a loss. Now, on a scale of 8 to 0, where would you be on this one?
Oh, I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling screw Fred. Don't even know you.
So that's the power and that's the methodology of EFT. And as I said, we do this through Zoom because everybody's stuck in their houses now.
Mm.
And we could even do it with like a group session with a whole lot of people dealing with a similar thing. You have to deal with a similar thing as long as you've got a similar name. So let's say your hurt came from a Fred incident.
Mm.
Your hurt came from being stuck in your house as a child when the cops came in. Your hurt was what your abusive partner did to you. You can be dealing with hurt at the same time. And we can have 30, even 100 people on a Zoom call. Is there a charge? Yes, we do have a charge. Obviously, if you had a group session, we'd reduce that. We have a normal people's price, which is it's like 20 American dollars. It's next to nothing. And then we have lower prices, right down to the point where somebody is really suffering and they've got data. Call me.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. This is not the kind of skill. Now, obviously, you know, we're all living in a time where there are economic challenges, but I'm not going to let those challenges be my block to helping a human being.
Mm.
Sounds weird, but
yeah, but I mean, your day.
Okay,
it is true, and but remember your own training that you do need to make money, otherwise, who is going to buy data for you to help other people? So you know, you do need to make money. So please, if you do want to contact Brian, please do to give him money, right? I mean, it's a small investment in your own mental health, and I really think that's important for you. And you've got a Facebook page called Emotional Freedom Therapy.
Yes, on Facebook, if you type in capital letters EFT, then small lowercase letters works well. Or you contact me directly on WhatsApp. And for anybody international, that'd be +27 72 677 0208. And in South Africa, obviously, you drop the 27 and you put a 0 in front of the 72.
Yeah.
So that is 072 677 0208. And tell me when you send me a message who you are so I can add you to my contacts. I get a lot of messages.
Okay, so Brian's contact details.
I need your help.
Yeah, I need your help. I saw you on the MindMeld interview with Brandt von West, you know, and he's a great interviewer. You can say that too in your message. That's fine. And but please go to the Facebook page, contact Brian directly. If you're more interested in what Brian does in his diversity training, the links are down below. You can even watch the interview we did way back last year about the diversity training. There should be a little notification up there now. And yeah, so really, your emotional well-being is in your hands. Reach out and connect with Brian, or connect with anybody really that you think can help you
And
get through a
don't
time
be
of pain.
and don't be afraid to share this video to people that you know need help. I'd love to be a part of their much improved journey through life.
Absolutely. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, because sharing is caring and it's going to help people. So there's no reason not to share this video.
Awesome. Thank you, Brandt.
Thank you so much, Brian. This was wonderful. Again, even though I don't know Fred, I do feel like he can go fly into the sun for all I care now. But it's good. It's a wonderful thing to do, and it's wonderful that you're making yourself available so freely to help people, especially now.
If I may say one more thing.
Absolutely.
Join Toastmasters now while you're stuck in your homes. You can end up learning how to speak, how to be better leaders, and you can change your life. When you come out of this COVID-19 time, you will have stories to tell. Join Toastmasters, go on the internet, look for toastmasters.org. They will teach you how to speak, and that is also a part of our mutual lives. Thank you, Brandt.
Oh, brilliant. Yes, both Brian and I are Toastmasters, and we help people develop their speaking and leadership skills, and that's really, and Brian goes just so much further with helping people be better in their understanding and emotional freedom and all kinds of things. So please, I'm going to put down the Toastmasters link down below as well. Click on it, look for a club near you, and remember to like, subscribe, share this video, involve your friends, contact Brian if you're feeling down and sad and bad and all kinds of things, and maybe he can help you too. This has been a MindMeld episode, helping you move up and not on.
Your freedom is in your hands.
Your freedom is in your hands, right? So reach out and grab it. Okay. So thank you, Brian. This has been absolutely amazing. It took us 3 tries to get here, but finally the internet and the stars aligned and everything, and we got this done.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, it's awesome. We have, Africa is not a place for sissies.
Not a place for sissies. Okay. See you next time.